if you're a new angler and you're just coming to the sport, or you've been doing it just a couple of years, and you're having days like that where it's just so frustrating to you, I just want to reassure you a little bit. We all have days like that, and that's okay. You're going to have days like that, and you're going to get through it. It's going to be great. And there's a few things that I think you can focus on. So, from a new angler, I think what you got to do, if you have to focus on your drift, that's kind of the core of this whole thing. Um, a lot of people I'm seeing on the water, they're saying they're having, tough time getting fish in the net. And then I watch their drift go by, and you can watch their fly line get ahead of their fly or their indicator, and you can start to see that indicator or that dry fly just skirt across the water so much faster than the rest of the current. Is because it's just getting pulled by other influences and things like that, and it just does not look real to the fish at all. So if you're a new angler, the things you need to learn is you need to learn how to mend, or you need to try more of like a mono rig Euro nymphing approach. It's kind of where you're keeping all of the line off of the water, so you're either tight line to the indicator or tight line to the fly, and there's no line on the water whatsoever. I've recently gotten into fishing that way. There's actually an article up on the Flying Trout sites about the mono rig and just kind of a good introductory to it. So I would check that out. Or there's other resources out there, like there's another podcast called Trout Bitten that is a really great resource if you're interested in any of that sort of thing. So definitely go check that out. And I think that'll be a great resource for you. The thing the guys are doing over there is just awesome. So check that out. You know, ask those guys questions or shoot us questions about the mono rig, and I'd love to talk to you about it more. But keeping that influence off of it, whether it's through mending or through a mono rig, that sort of approach, that's where you got to start. Because I think if you try to make too many changes and you're doing too much of this stuff that we're going to talk about here in just a minute, I think you just get into this space where you're changing too much and you're just not going to have success. And that's when it gets really frustrating. So if you're a new angler, or if you're an experienced angler and you're having a lot of hard times catching fish, focus on that first. Focus on your drift. Focus on either mending correctly or try out a mono rig, and be sure you're getting those dead drifts as good as possible. Where we want to have as little influence on that fly as possible. If you have anything, whether you're pulling it or you're twitching it or whatever, and you're nymphing or you're fishing with dries, it's just going to turn the fish off. And there's no other way to beat it. You can't change anything else and expect fish to get in the net. Sure, on some stock trout, and maybe once in a while you'll get lucky, things like that. You'll catch fish, but you won't catch fish consistently, and you won't get good feedback onto what you're catching.